Thanks. The Spartanburg County coroner says a person has died from injuries in a workplace accident. The coroner says Russell Layton Jr. was hurt working on a forklift at Spartanburg Steel on New Cut Road today. He died in the hospital about 5 p.m. 7 News has reached out to the company for comment. We haven't heard back, but we know OSHA is investigating. Greenville
News: a Greenville man charged with burglary and kidnapping is expected to spend more than 2 decades behind bars. Greenville County deputies arrested Kenneth Wayne Battles III in April, accused of breaking into 2 Simpsonville homes and assaulting 2 children. Monday, Battles pled guilty to several charges, including kidnapping, assault and battery, and burglary. Today, the 13th Circuit Solicitor's Office says Battles has been sentenced to 28 years in prison.
All right, Malachi, thank you. Also tonight, 2 kids are facing charges accused of taking a train engine on a joyride that led to a derailment.
It's quite a story. Our Scarlett Lizjack has the details from Lawrence.
According to the Lawrence Police Department, Saturday evening, 2 juveniles snuck into the Carolina Piedmont Railroad and CSX Transportation Railroad facilities and managed to start a locomotive engine that was connected to 2 others.
They went on YouTube to learn how to start a train, and that's how they did it. So once they climbed onto the train, they were able to start the engine.
They didn't just stop there. Police say they drove all 3 engines around the yard and even onto the rail line heading toward Greenville. But on their way back, things didn't go according to plan.
This track switched after they went past it, so when it came back, it ran into the car instead of going on the same line that it was on.
Police say the collision with the parked rail cars caused a derailment and significant damage to one of the cars. They say it was a reckless act that could have been far worse.
It could have caused death of a lot of people. Just thinking about when it crosses a road crossing, you could have had any car, if they went through and it didn't trigger the crossing light. Most trains, they slow down. Engineers know how to approach these. There's certain ways. Well, kids would not have known what speeds to approach an intersection. So it very easily could have had a car on it and just crashed right into it.
Police say while the stunt might sound like something out of a movie, the consequences are all too real.
There are certain dangers out there that people don't realize can be very, very dangerous, especially the railroad track. Not the companies themselves, but the actual railroads. There's lots of things going up and down the road, and those cars, they don't stop on a dime, and when they collide, they collide. And I mean, it's damage, severe damage. So it's not a place to play.
The minors' names have not been released. Reporting in Lawrence County, Scarlett Lizjack, 7 News.
The suspects face several charges, including grand larceny and malicious damage to property. They're now at the South Carolina Department of Juvenile Justice in Columbia.
Now, 1 person in Greenville County has been exposed to rabies. South Carolina's Department of Public Health says a bat was found in Greenville and tested positive for rabies yesterday. The department also says 1 person and 2 cats were exposed. They're now under quarantine. Yesterday, something unprecedented happened. 3 lawmakers resigned from South Carolina's State House. 7 News State House reporter Caroline Yaffa explains what happens next.
There are now 3 local seats open, and the State Election Commission believes this will be the first time there'll be 3 General Assembly special elections on the exact same day.
To our knowledge, we have not had 3 resignations from the General Assembly in one day before. So definitely raised some eyebrows. Very interesting afternoon.
Representative R.J. May was the first to resign. He's currently awaiting trial after being accused of sharing videos containing images of children being sexually abused. Senator Roger Nutt resigned effective January 2026. He announced he has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And Representative Bobby Cox resigned his House seat for January as well. And he says he plans to run for Nutt's Senate seat.
Those counties are already very busy dealing with their own special elections that are going on in other offices, as well as local elections that'll be occurring around the same time as these primaries will be occurring.
Cox said his resignation will save taxpayer dollars and ensure that counties are not without representation. The State Election Commission says if the resignation came in a few weeks, voters could have been without representation for weeks or months.
The timeline works out so that these special elections will be completely conducted and certified in time for the winner of those elections to be serving at the start of the new session at the General Assembly in January.
They say it's crucial to vote.
Presidential elections and elections for governor, those are the ones that get the most attention. Those are the ones that we're thinking about, and they come on a planned and scheduled day. But special elections can tend to struggle because it's just not at a regularly timed and scheduled date.
The primary election for all three races is set for October 21st, with early voting running from October 6th to 17th.
In Columbia, Caroline Yaffa, 7 News.
And the special election to officially fill the seat will be held on December 23rd, with early voting going on from December 8th to the 19th.
Greenville City Council members are debating whether or not camping in a public place should be prohibited.
But as 7 News' Lauren Miller tells us, some feel it will hurt people experiencing homelessness.
Councilmember John DeWorkin wrote this ordinance because he says he's received hundreds of concerns from his constituents of people camping out or making their beds, so to speak, on city streets or public plazas like this one.
So I sent an email out to about 3,000 of my constituents, said, hey, should we have a camping ordinance? In 72 hours, I received 300 plus emails from my constituents who live here in the city, of which 80%, 4 out of 5 said yes.
This proposed ordinance is only up for discussion and debate. It hasn't had its first reading, but it would not allow someone to make a bed with sleeping bags or blankets and then lie down.
You have outreach, you have law enforcement, you have personnel from homeless service providers that will go up and say, hey, friend, you can't make your bed here. You can sit here, you can sleep here, you can doze here, you can loiter here, you can enjoy the downtown, but to make your bed in a park or plaza, we're not going to allow you to do that.
After that, nonprofits like Greenville Together would be called to work with the individual to find them housing.
We have a robust and responsive outreach team that can respond along with our police officers in our community to provide that first stop of services. We want to connect them with services first, not enforcement first.
But the idea of this has drawn some mixed reviews. Some businesses support the proposed ordinance.
It seems like a good solution to try to get people in a place where they can be safer. We as a community become safer. All of us are in a better position.
But others, like Downtown Batman, an advocate in the city of Greenville who goes out to donate food, water, and clothing to the homeless, says this proposed ordinance would do more harm than good.
Where are they supposed to go? They have nowhere to go, which is why they're here. As long as they aren't bothering anybody, they aren't in anyone's way, it's not anyone's problem, except for us as a society to come together and try to help them.
And DeWorkin says they're working out the possible penalties.
Any ordinance to be effective will have some type of measure that is a penalty measure, without which it won't work. Pretty please doesn't work.
When the city will be discussing this again is up in the air. No vote has been made. In Greenville, Lauren Miller, 7 News.
The city of Greenville says it will be working closely with service providers and community members.